guys, so today I want to share with you how I am using Google Sites as a web page classroom website that I set up, also incorporating other Google apps, so Google Classroom, Google Slides, and other Google resources that you may already be using in your classroom. So I'm going to explain how I'm using this website to also have a communication and share things with not only the students but also the parents, which is really important. Starting this new school year, whether in person or virtually, I'm going to go through how I can use this virtually to deliver lessons and assignments, and also how I can use this as a bonus resource in the classroom in person with the kiddos as well. So let's get to it. Okay, so this is still the form of editing. So as you can see on here, I'm not gonna publish it yet because I still have more that I want to edit and add on here. But I'm gonna wait until we have our PD time and we have developed more policies, so then I can add on here more assignments on how I want to structure my class. So for right now, I'm just going to go with preview and I'm going to show you guys how it looks like so far. I have my bienvenidos. I do teach Spanish, so my classroom is very colorful. Here I use my Bitmoji and I use Google Slides to create this classroom. I will post below a video that I've made that will show you how you can create your own virtual classroom. So this is the home page. They will scroll down. As you can see on here, I have student portal and parent portal also up here. There's different buttons that you can click and scroll. But for right now here, I'm going to go into the student portal. So here they have the option of Spanish 1 or Spanish 3. I'm going to show you my Spanish 1. Click on that, and then we have different options here. So our class expectations, our websites, our classrooms, and lessons. So our class expectations on here, I haven't added anything yet, but I will add my syllabi in here and any other policies, whether it's Zoom policies and e-learning policies that I want to incorporate. So that will go there. And then I'm going to go to our websites. So our websites are on here, just everything that we're going to use in the classroom with my kiddos. And again, I'm going to add more, but I have Spanish Dictionary, Duolingo. So anytime the kids click on that, they can click on that and it will, redirect them all the way to Duolingo. Hopefully they'll already be signed in on their end, so it'll take them directly to where they are in Kahoot and GimKit. My Kahoot, I have it directed to Kahoot It, so they can click on that and then just have anytime I want to do a Kahoot and we want to play that and use it in the classroom. Okay, so then I have our websites and we have our classrooms. Our classrooms here are any classrooms that I have made through Google Slides once again, and using my Bitmoji. So I will have breakout rooms, or I will have museums with art or music that I've already built. So here's an example of one. I also have like a Cinco de Mayo, so they can explore through that, and that's a different classroom in there that they can do and complete activities in there virtually. So that is our classrooms. And then we have our lessons. So our lessons here, I have so far our weeks of the school year, and our unit starts with Para Empezar. So I'm going to show you when they click on week 2, September 14th and 18th on there. They'll click on that, and let's say it's Monday. Here I will have everything that they need to have done and completed. So this is just very, very raw. It is not completely done. I'm going to work on this more. But let's say I want them to go on here, and I've already embedded my Google Sheets on here of my syllabus. I'm going to work and finish on that one, but I have my syllabus on there, and they can kind of go over that, read and complete. Then I have study tips. I'm going to want them to, eventually, I'm going to add a video on here where watch a following video regarding starting tips that will help you be successful in my classroom and that may be useful in others. So I will have that video in there. And then the next activity I want them to do is to personalize and save a copy of their virtual notebook in their drive. So virtual notebook is the one that I've created, and it will have, make a copy. So yes, And it's just to show you this is the student notebook that I'm gonna have the kiddos work in and actually have notes embedded on there. I have not finished it yet, but this is kind of like the raw form of it. We'll have notes in here that they will be able to take their own, and also I will have already notes in there that they will add on. In my classroom, we use Bellwork too as well, so this will be another source that I will add on here that they can have their Bellwork daily. So that's another activity. And then the last one, or two more, number 4, answer the following questions in your notebook. So it says specifically where I want them to. And then okay, and the last step would be join the Zoom for discussion. So let's say that I was doing this virtually completely. Clearly, my instructions will be more specific than this. It's just to give you an idea. But they will go through these activities, and then eventually I can have them say, okay, we're going to join our Zoom, and at this time we will have this discussion. So this is just preparing them for the class. It's kind of flipped in a way as well when we have our Zoom, because right now I haven't figured out how I would want to and if I'm virtually or not, but this is just an idea. If I was using this in the classroom, it would still be great because the kiddos will know exactly if they missed a day, they'll know and they'll go on here specifically to what day or what week they missed, and then they'll be able to go in there and say, hey, okay, this is what you missed, this is what you need to do. So I will have all the dates on there, and then I'll add on the units. Okay, so those are our lessons, and I believe I went through them. Next, that's the student portal, and I have the same for Spanish 3. So I'll just go on there, their expectations, the website, the classroom, and so forth. Then I have the parent portal. So parent portal is a little different. I'll have class expectations on here. So just for them to know how my virtual class policies will be, Zoom policies, and also classroom policies, which will go into, grades in here and homework policy. So I can also, if you're familiar with Google Sites, I can embed on here and actually connect my Spanish 1 and take them also to these policies on there and connect them. So I will most likely do that. But this is just what the parent portal is right now. I also have calendar. So this calendar, specifically Spanish 1 and Spanish 3, the parents will be able to come on here. I have nothing on here yet, but let's say today's date, there's a quiz due or a test, they'll be able to go on there and kind of have that communication through me virtually so they can keep up with their students' work in my class. So that's a great way that I love to use Google Calendar and share it on here where the parents are able to see it, but also the students are able to see it. And then the last one I have on here, once again, I'll add more to support your child at home with Spanish. So here I just have some tips that I will give parents of how they can better support their students at home, whether, again, if it's virtually or in person. This will be great for the parents to know. I know every year I get questions from parents how they can support their kids at home and through the learning language. So this is just ways that I have. I connected this one to my online source, which is another one on there, but here's just an idea, and then I have my contact. So whether it's the kiddos or the parents' contact information, hey, call me, whatever extension, my phone number at school, and then the video chat. So hey, Zoom conference, email me to set up a virtual conference through Zoom. Once again, towards the end of last year, Zoom conferences really were the option that we had. So going into this year, it kind of opened that option as well, where you can just have Zoom conferences. So here's that if we need to. And then email me. I embedded on their button to take them directly to just my page to email me on there. And then the last one I have is online resources. So online resources on here are some of the ones that we use in the classroom, but it's more thoroughly in explaining on how each one of these will help them and be a support in learning a foreign language this year in my classroom. So Spanish dictionary, Quizlet, Duolingo, IXL, continuous vocabulary, and grammar activities that students will be able to complete from verbal reading, writing, and listening activities to supplement the learning in the classroom. So this is extra practice. And lastly, I have in here a link to my Spanish lessons. So if the kiddos want to go back and they want to review pronunciation for numbers, they can go in here and I have my playlist to where they can just pick out whatever they want to go over of the grammar. Okay, so this takes us to the end of my website pretty much, and I'm going to go home again. And here's my web page, and it gives them again the parent portal and so forth options. So I really wanted to show you how you can use Google Sites. I know there's been the whole Bitmoji craze of us creating our virtual classrooms, and I wanted to show you how you can use them all and incorporate them with Google Sites, because having a web page for your classroom is, I think, amazing and will actually really help with posting everything on there. Comparing it to Google Classroom in itself, it's very organized. So as you can see on here, you can organize whatever you want for the kiddos and connect it still to Google Classroom, Google Sheets, and anything else that you use with Google Apps, because it is a Google app, so you'll be able to use that. And I really love that you can share everything on here and the parents are able to keep up and see, oh, hey, what are my kiddos working on lessons? Let's go to September the first week. Oh, this is what you're doing. This is what they did. So they're able to keep up and kind of have that communication with the students as well at home, and with the calendar. It just provides that extra support and communication aspect of class expectations, assignments, upcoming important events or dates, and also just a way for them to be more involved and see what their kiddos are working on. So like I said, this could be a really great resource virtually if you are planning on teaching virtually. With your students this year, but also a great resource if you're teaching in person. You can still have your website and share everything on there and keep everything organized, how it will best help you and also your students. Okay, guys, I really hope that you enjoy this. Please comment any questions that you have below or any advice if you've been using these Google Sites or anything on there. I know we have to stick together when it comes to this new school year, because it does feel like for everyone it'll be their first year teaching, since there's so many changes and a lot of uncertainties moving forward throughout the year. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that it was useful to you, and I hope you have a good day. Bye, guys.